Hello, Western New York. And say hello to Paris. Again. Yeah. What are we going to talk about in this video? Probably compost. How you can start it, where you can get it, where you can get materials from. And I got to dodge doing some snow melt drops and open this up. And well, right in here, I've mentioned this to you before, time and time again. This is my soil and compost. I mean, you see I got some tears in some of these bags. I mean, think about it, I got over 1,000 pounds here. Think about it. I mean, and they're stacked up like this, you know. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, it's going to tear, it's going to rip. And real trick is most of the station in the back. That is the real trick. And I'll be honest with you, this barn has seen better days and better years. I mean, this is where my stepdad, you know, he's got a couple of things in here, and we'll keep our garden tools and whatnot. I mean, lawnmower, very useful in spring. You got to mow at least once a week. Only this year, I don't know. Well, I might just leave the grass clippings on the ground and whatnot. I mean, I always seem to do that. On the other hand, I might try to make myself a compost pile, especially if when I run out of this stuff. Well, like I said, we're going to talk about compost. I mean, after all, I mean, right now, during the winter, now is a good time to look for the stores that are currently having a sale, and you look for the stuff that they're just trying to get rid of, you know. You know, if it's like, it has a nice sale. I mean, this right here, this is $4.40 a bag. This bag's at least between 25 and 30 pounds. I mean, and let's suppose you don't have a whole lot of money. Well, let's just say you buy one bag a week, and let's say that bag costs you $10. Well, you buy yourself a good-sized bag, and it's that good-sized and it's for a good price, you know. Maybe it costs you $10. But you buy one bag a week for like 4 months, you know, or from like the moment that snow is falling until spring. I mean, let's see here. Winter starts around, well, let me see here, starts around, well, depending on where you live, let's just say it starts in the middle of November, and you gotta wait until April, okay? November, December, January, February, March, April. 5 months. There's about 4 weeks in a month. That's 4 times 12. That's 20. Okay. I mean, you buy one bag a week. That's 20 bags. You know, if that's all you can do. On the other hand, if you got something like an SUV and this is kind of wet. This barn isn't exactly the driest place, but you know, it just keeps things more or less dry, you know. More or less. And well, you buy stuff for this cheap. I mean, this right here, $4.40. The red, like I said, was $2.40. The green was $2.50. the yellow, $2.90. You know, do the math. Well, these bags right here normally what it cost. These white colored bags, like I said, they would normally cost you $30. They cost me $15 because they were just trying to get rid of them. And of course, I had a gift card for the one store, and you know, you know, Christmas. It's a Christmas gift, okay? Now, get some birds chirping over in those pines. I got some cornflowers planted in here. Gifts from my mother. 2 of them are white, 1 of them's a pink. Might end up getting some more at some point in the future, but that's at some point in the future. Because, like I said, we're going to talk about compost. You can, like I said, you can buy the stuff from the store. That's one method. Another method is you make it yourself. And how do you make it yourself? Well, what you can do is you make a big pile, fill it full of kitchen scraps and yard waste, leaves, junk mail, that sort of stuff. Well, good question is where to put your compost pile. That is a question. I mean, one, you gotta think about the fact that you might have neighbors, and they might not like the smell. You know, you gotta think about that. On the other hand, if you're lucky and live in a place like I do, you might be able to find a place to just, shall we say, toss it over the bank. The embankment, you know. And, you got some mosquitoes buzzing around. You know, it's that perfect temperature. And, well, in my case, I had a neighbor who... Oh, I hear a cat meowing. Must be Mr. Yellow someplace. Now, where are you at? Well, anyways, like I was saying, I had a neighbor who owned goats, as well as ducks and chickens and other such livestock. And, well, she would throw, in between these 2 trees, she would throw, every year she would clean out the barn, and she would throw the manure and bedding right in here. And at the time, I wasn't thinking about using it for compost, you know. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it at all. In fact, the other thing I was going to use this stretch area here for was to put some wild blackberries and raspberries here to distract the goats from the ones I was growing by the side of the barn. You know? The proverbial sacrificial lamb. Or rather, sacrificial goat, as it were. You know, keep the goats away from my stuff. But plans change and all that, and well, anyways, like I said, I was saying, she would throw the bedding and manure right over it here, and now it is aged, and let me see if I can get down here. It's not exactly a cakewalk. I mean, and this ground is reasonably soft. I mean, Okay, we got some water, but that's because of this. That's because of the snow. Okay, it's because of the snow. I mean, this has been aging at least 2, maybe 3 years, and it's turned into a bit of a dead willow, and it's turned into a little bit of a gold mine. I mean, a little bit of one. You know, it's a nice little place. You know, there's a little amount. I mean, kind of have to be careful. I mean, this is mud, just pure mud, really. And I wouldn't mind trying to find that cat. But anyways, basically, who knows? I might end up making more compost by breaking up all of these dead weeds and whatnot. Oh, squirrel. Here's where the branch is falling. But anyways, well, like I said, what you can do is you can find a nice little spot. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to live alongside of a set of woods and it's on your property, you can set your pile up there, or like I said, set your pile up in a spot where it ain't gonna bother anyone, you know. And you can, like I said, you can. Someday gonna need to get this willow tree cut down. A lot of them need it. No, it won't be going to waste. I mean, yeah, it's dead. Some of these branches are, anyways. But anyways, like I said, what you can do is set up a pile in like a corner of your yard, on the edge, you know, where it ain't gonna bother you or your family, and then you can get to work. Fingers falling asleep, you know, it's not easy to hold these cameras. Well, anyways, you can, well, you know, it'll stay out of the way, and you'll be able to this looks like some cauliflower, I mean, or something, or I think that just might be a weed. Had a tenant who tried to grow some corn in here. It did okay. I can't say I got anything, but that was because at the time the weeds were tall and I couldn't find a good way in to this here, especially after said tenant moved. No, it wasn't the tenant that owned the goats, it was the tenant that owned the pigs. Although this is a goat pen, it was made for holding in the goats, you know. And, well, when these weeds get tall, it can be a little bit difficult to find a way in here, you know. But anyways, where can you get your sources of material? I mean, you can use your kitchen scraps and yard waste, but not to mention your garden waste. And well, I think this was like spinach or something. Bit of a shame that I didn't get a chance to have any. Well, anyways, what can you do to get sources of material? Well, one, know someone who has livestock, and they need a place to put their barn waste. You know, manure and old bedding, dirty bedding, that sort of stuff. Or just a farmer who wants to get rid of, you know, or maybe you know the local BPU guys who pick up the town, well, you know, leaves and whatnot during the fall. And or maybe you know the local zoo, or maybe you know the local timber companies that, you know, got the stuff that they can't just, you know, that you know, all the sawdust and whatnot. And well, maybe you can talk to them, and or maybe you know the local zoo. Or you got a buddies through them somehow. And you can ask them, and well, zoos, they have a lot of animals that generate a number of weight. Well, if you own animals, you know very well they go to the bathroom frequently. And well, those leaves gotta go somewhere. That grass has to go somewhere. The wood cutting, the wood chips have to go somewhere. The poop has to go someplace, and all that sort of stuff. And what you can do, if you got the space, is you could talk to your friends and talk to these people, and maybe, just maybe, they'll say, sure, we'll send you a load, thanks a lot. Although in reality, you'll be the one thanking them when they put a nice sized load. And if you get a number of different sources of your materials and you mix them all together and all that, and well, well, these rose hips are still here. And that's a seed. Two of them. And well, like I said, you can mix those different sources of organic material together, and you wait a year or so. I mean, you know, if you're just letting it sit, you know, and you could just wait, and within a year you got good compost. You know, so that's just something to think about. You know, and whew, it's a little warmer to be wearing a coat, but probably too cold to wear just a sweatshirt. Well, like I said, that's just something to think about when you're doing your gardening. Well, this is Western New York. Subscribe if you like this, hit the little bell, post a comment, and all that good stuff. Okay, goodbye.